Okay. So how we going, YouTube? Comments I've seen about are they, will they, can they, all this sort of stuff about Funcom actually doing stuff that's needed and all that. This is touching on that. It's about Chapter 3, because if I go to here, go to Challenges. Challenges reset, 3 hours, 5 minutes. If I go to Bazaar, there's the Bazaar. But if I go to the Battle Pass, chapter ends 12 days, 1 hour. So, in 12 days and 1 hour, we'll be getting, or should be getting, chapter 3. Now, there are people on PC because they don't want to, so they can't, they don't want to release test servers for the consoles. Because they can quite easily do it. And if any of these game companies make comments going, no, we can't, you can say to them in their comment sections, you're liars, because you can. PUBG does it. But the prediction I've got for the chapter 3 is it'll probably get released when they say it's going to get released. But more than likely, it's going to be a broken mess, just like the previous chapter and the chapter before it, when it first comes out. So day one, when it drops, you get kicked offline, it'll update, it'll be a somewhere between 20 and 40 gigabyte update. You'll jump back in, and shit'll be broken. I can almost guarantee shit'll be broken. But if we go past the fact that they release shit broken, let's talk about the stuff that's already broken that is not going to get fixed, the stuff that is already broken that might get fixed, and the stuff that is broken that will get fixed, and also the stuff that is not broken and they are fixing instead of fixing the broken stuff. So I'm over here at Super Maru. This is the server I showed in one of my other streams, but it's been reset, renamed, so we can start fresh. But I'm over here because this is where a lot of the issues have been happening. So if we walk in here, oh look, here's a different colour pants on. Yeah, that's the colour they're meant to be. That's the colour they are. Running through here is not advised because you get more issues. So if I run, yeah, I could lag, end up across the freaking thing, I'll get stutters, stuff like that. But that's not what we're going to touch on. Things like, I want to move at a bit of pace, so let's see. Okay. That's not going to do it, is it? Now I've let it load in, so I should get less of it, but we're still getting the issue. So let's see. Any of them doing it? I'm looking at these wood pieces here because they're the ones that happens the most on. Let's go this way. I'm getting a lot of stutters, but not a lot of the texture issue. Now I'm looking for the black shiny texture, but it's not going to kick in right now. I know how to get it to kick in, but that's not the thing I want to touch on. I want to touch on, in fact, let's go across to here so I can show you. Run to here. Run past all these enemies that aggro, because why make it easy to get around a safe town when they can make it difficult? Okay. Oop, a bit of rubber banding. Black rock straight across. Oh, just textured. Alright, let's head up to here first to see if we get any of the weird textures happen. Okay. So we're up at Super Maru. If I bring up the map, I'm all the way over the right hand side. So if anyone knows the map, they know where Super Mario is. But here's Super Mario over here, where the cursor is. So I'm in the Temple District, if you want to call it that. You can get some guys behind there, some sorcerers and stuff like that. But if you've played the game and you know about it, there's a place known as Conan's Place. So let's go down to Conan's Place. Some people call it the Inn, yeah, whatever. It's known as Conan's Place because it's got Conan in it. So let's just jump down here. Okay, let's have a look. See if there's any weird textures. No. Okay. Now let us look at Conan's Place. Oh, actually, because I've taken my time, the outside furniture is loaded. So we've got the table there, table there, table there. All this table. Sometimes they're not here. Thralls here, but let's go inside. Okay, the weird texture was on the stairs, but counters, stools, barrels, like, explain to me what is holding that up. I can't tell you what's holding it up. It's been at least a year since I've seen the inside of Conan's Place. All of it, every time I come in here, all I see is these barrels, Conan, the thralls, a floating book, floating barrels, and occasionally these tables and the furniture outside. It's like, but instead of fixing this, like, okay, what's causing them not to load? Because they're here. I can't walk into it because there's something there. It's just invisible. So instead of fixing that issue, instead what they're going to do is go... Let's update this. Nobody, 0 people, has ever asked for the journey system to be updated. No one wants it. No one cares. It's a... If everything works fine, then yeah, maybe you could do it. But when shit is invisible, instead of giving me a new journey system I don't give a fuck about, how about you make the stuff that I'm supposed to be able to see be visible? So I'm giving the prediction right now that when Chapter 3 comes out, this won't be fixed. The furniture in this place will still be invisible. Now let's walk outside and we'll see if we can get the black rocks. No, it wasn't too bad. Because going inside a structure and then coming outside a structure, it usually kicks in. Now, people are going to say, oh, but it's only this building that's got no furniture. It's like, or invisible furniture. It's like, yeah, for over a year now. And instead of fixing it, they're going to bring us a new journey system. So I don't give a fuck about your journey system. Let's go back to... Oh, I don't want to run that way. It's not going to go past them. Let's go the shortcut. Let's go to our base. Can I jump? Thank you. Now, I'm not even going to touch on the rotation lock of the character, which is still a thing. The rubber banding, all the lag, all that sort of shit. I'm not going to touch on any of that. Okay, let's go over here. Now, this area I'm in now is the buggiest area. In fact, you know, I will touch on the... Because there's a spot up here, it almost always happens. About the rotation lock. So if I climb this rock here... Now, these are bugs that need fixing. Need. Not want, need fixing. Okay. The character's behaviour. Walking around in a circle. Oh, there's no scroll. If I climb this building here, get to here, rotation is normal, let's see. Oh, it didn't kick in that time, holy shit. Okay, let's jump down to here, and try and climb up here, then up to here. No, it's not going to happen. This spot here, it almost always happens. I climb up, like that, and then all of a sudden, oh, there you go, it just kicked in. I am looking at, my character will not rotate. That has not been fixed for how long? If you get this happen, You can either like stand here and try and climb this wall, or go to first and third to break that. But instead of fixing this, they'll give us a new journey system. So it's over this way. Let's go to my base. Okay. Oh, there you go. You just if you're paying attention, all that stuff in the background was all just black and oily. That is the visual bug I'm talking about. That needs fixing, and they won't fix it. Instead, they'll give us a new journey system. But the thing that nobody has asked for. Okay, let's head over to the base. Okay, here's our base. As you just saw, the door just popped in. Okay, I'm just gonna try and do this as quick as possible and see if it happens. Okay, everything's still loaded. Okay, let's go into my room. Okay, now it's all loaded. There's been times I've knocked a thrall out and brought it back, and we have a wheel just here. Earlier today, there's the black texture, and it just popped in. Yeah, so earlier I went into there, knocked the thrall out, dragged the thrall back here, opened the door, came running in here, and then I had to stand here for like almost a minute. There was no gate, and this was invisible. I could not place a thrall on it because it was invisible. I might have been able to click on it if I was lucky enough to find it, but it was invisible. I couldn't see it. And instead of fixing that, they will give us a new journey system, which no one asked for. Again, nobody. Maybe a couple of people on PC who have mods, which they say they can't do when they can. Again, there's a couple of companies, Bethesda's the main one, that have implemented mods. So when they say they can't, they're lying. That have mods that fix this problem. But instead of fixing it themselves and saying, okay, we're not going to give you mods and we're not going to give you a test server, we're going to give you a new journey system but not fix invisible stuff, bad textures, bad loading, lag, rubber banding, the bugginess of the thralls. They're going to give us new golems. New golems are great and all. I've never heard of anyone asking for them. I would rather go up to a thrall and say, thrall, can you go gather me wood? Instead of making a creature out of materials to go get the wood. I would rather better see my furniture and not lag and all this sort of stuff, instead of having a new journey system which is going to make it harder. Not harder as in more difficult, but harder as in grindier, fluffed up, whatever you want to call it. It's going to make it more time consuming to do the simple things. At the moment, when you first jump into a server, when you first plonk in, I've got a video up how to level up to level 10 in under 10 minutes on an unofficial server. First thing you do is you do your roll, you kick, you climb, find shelter, craft your tools, so you get yourself a pick. Do I have one on me? Yes I do. Get yourself a pick, hit a tree to get bark, make yourself a weapon, attack an enemy to make it bleed, shoot an enemy, to do your journey steps, because at the moment the journey steps are good. If we come into here and let's go to the journey steps. This layout is fine, but the fact that half the time when you go inside a building and then come back outside of, yeah, the bricks are doing it. Yeah, they just popped in. Instead of fixing that, or the fact that furniture is invisible, thralls are invisible, the little red imps that explode. 99% of the time, I do not see them. I have to literally use the lock-on system if I hear them, because I can't see them. They're invisible. Okay. Let's have a quick look in here. Okay, that stuff's still visible. Yeah, so my prediction is in wrong one. Battle Pass. In 12 days, exactly 12 days apparently, from now, Chapter 3 get released. It will be a broken ass mess because they don't have any test servers for the console, which they can do, but are chosen not to. They would have to then patch it to make it work like it was intended to. But in doing that, they will also not fix the black textures, the rubber banding, the invisible stuff, and all that. None of that will be fixed. But they will brag, oh, we've got golems and a new journey system. Now, the thing that the golems can do, yes, people have asked for that feature. There, you just saw the friggin' thing just pop in, the well. So the thing that the golems can do, the harvest stuff, we've asked for that. Her armor texture is not loaded in. Her armor texture is not loaded in. If I can get up the stairs, thank you. Let's quickly go in here, and no, all the stuff's still loaded. Okay, now all the stuff's loaded in there. Okay. What about in here? Let's check in here. Okay, no, it's currently loading the actual stuff. There's been times I've come into the base and none of the furniture, none of the benches, nothing is in here. It looks like an empty building. And I can guarantee you with almost 100% certainty that Chapter 3 will come out. It will add new bugs, like maybe you can't... where is it over here? Maybe you can't craft a purchased item like a toilet, but we've got a new journey system. The thing that nobody asked for will be there, but the thing that needs to be done to make the game of a decent standard will not get touched. That is my prediction for Chapter 3. Now, if you haven't seen Funcom's stream, and you would like a rundown, and you don't want to watch any of the YouTubers that are on PC who have the test build, because Funcom only want to release the test builds onto PC, just like they only want to release the mods to PC. Chapter 3 is going to add golems, and the only thing of benefit to the golems over a thrall is the fact that they have a bigger health pool, but they do not regenerate their health, and you can task them to harvest. Let us make the thralls do that. They're also adding a new journey system, which 0 people on the planet has asked for. They are also adding a, in brackets, new dungeon, which is a reskin of the Witch Queen's dungeon. They've gone, let's make the Witch Queen, but make it a little bit harder. So they've just gone, okay, we'll make it so we can spam a buttload of enemies on you, and we'll make it really dark or really foggy, just to kill a guy, to get his head, to get the stuff that you get for killing a sorcerer. I've watched a couple of YouTubers play the dungeon. I almost fell asleep. Literally, the stuff you get out of the dungeon, you can get by killing sorcerers. Bringing the head to the caravans. In fact, let's go over to the caravan. So when you kill or knock out a sorcerer, and I recommend killing them because knocking them out, the extra effort is not worth it. The materials you get from these guys, from the caravans here, so when you hand in the skull here, the stuff you get there is what you get in the dungeon. Exactly that stuff, that's what you get. For completing the dungeon, fighting all these enemies, the spam fest of enemies, you kill a guy to get his head, and you get what you get from here. A little extra, instead of getting 5 coins, you get 12 coins or 18 coins. It's like, Wow. Considering, is it this guy? They sell combatants or workers, and to be honest, don't bother with these ones. Go to Buccaneer Bay, grab the 100 gold coins and buy a thrall from there. They're better thralls. Janos, who cares? Bruno Mars, what the fuck is that? Who cares? Marcus, sorry, not Bruno. Marcus. Janos and Marcus. They're shitty thralls. The only reason you do this, after getting more than 5 heads, because you only get about 5 coins per head, is you'd buy a thrall to take their weapons off them at low level. That's the only reason you do it, because one of them comes with hardened steel weapons. That's the only benefit this has. And instead of, I don't know, making it so this is more worthwhile, or making it so that when we go to our base, the stuff's not invisible, or the enemies aren't invisible, or the textures are loaded correctly, let's update the journey system that no one asked for. So if you're looking forward to Chapter 3 thinking the black textures, the oily texture is going to be fixed, I can almost guarantee they will not. The invisible enemies, I can almost guarantee they will not be fixed. The rubber banding, the epilepsy warning loading in to the server where everything flickers for like 20 minutes and shit still doesn't load in. That will not be fixed. The, again, increased load times, because they reduced it, but nothing was loading in time, so they just lengthened the load times again. It's like, so you bring out an update that say you've fixed the long load times, and then you patch it a couple of weeks later and revert it back because of things aren't loading in properly, but things aren't still not loading in time anyway. So if you're hoping all those things will be fixed in Chapter 3, I'm putting my money on it right now. No, it will not. You'll get golems. You'll get more stuff in the world by them editing. Hang on, let's bring up the map. Where are we? Come on, cursor. Up here. Mechcamosis. At the moment you go up to him and you learn, I believe he's set. You learn set. That's all he does. It teaches you set. They're moving the caravans, which are right now near where we are now. They're moving all those caravans to Mechcamosis' tower. They're adding extra tents and shit there. And they're adding a new dungeon there, which is a reskin of the Witch Queen. And you can do all this stuff, and also use a very laggy spell to find red, I think they're calling it bloodstone, to find that to make the golems. And all the golems do is what the thralls can do, but they can harvest for you. Why can I not just go to my thrall, give her, for example, a sickle, like the golems do, and have her harvest the freaking fibers for me? I would prefer that, because I can dress up my thrall. You can't do that with golems. Oh, but they've got all these different parts, you can mix and match. It's like, yeah, you got to craft them, you got to go out and get the stones for them, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's like, just to do a dungeon that gives you what the caravans give you. The only silver lining I can see is when we finally get Chapter 3, is that maybe the stuff that where I own everything, that will be fixed, but I can almost guarantee it will not. There'll be new stuff there, but it'll be like that. A PNG with transparency on it of a spider for $1.70. It'll be that. Because they're not correcting the prices. They're not reducing the prices like they should be. That should be maybe 50 coin. For literally a PNG. They've gotten someone on paint. They've pretty much got someone on MS Paint or something like that, or GIMP or Photoshop. More than likely Ben Funcom is Photoshop. They've quickly sketched out a spider, ooh, that looks cool. Made it monochrome, so black and white. Made the black parts transparent and sell it for $1.70. So what the fuck? And Chapter 3 will not fix that, I can guarantee it. Same with the Battle Pass. That won't be fixed anyway, like having the fact that every so often, as you can see, I have not claimed it. I don't give a fuck. It's like, let's keep scrolling. I haven't claimed it. Like, I don't care for that one. I accidentally claimed. Not claimed. Not claimed. Not claimed. Not claimed. Because I don't care about them. That one again, I accidentally claimed it. I haven't claimed it. Haven't claimed it. Another one I accidentally claimed. Haven't claimed it. Because I don't care. And the fact that number 59 is potions of spells you can learn. Instead of doing that, have it, I don't know, something useful like, I don't know, a pooping emote. Because at least then when I'm having a fight with someone and I kill them, I can do the poop emote on their face. This I'm never going to use, because if I want to do Lightning Storm, I will rank up my sorcery and learn Lightning Storm. But when 90% of the magic lags the fudge out of your game, there's no point. And the spell that you use to detect minerals and stuff like that, you're going to need to learn that to find the red stones just to get a golem. You could just run around to where all the rock noses are and hope that a red rock nose pops out. The bit of lag there. So you could literally get where the rock nose is at, go to that spot and hope that a red one pops out. When the red one pops out, you can see the black textures, kill it, harvest it for the stone. That red stone is what you need to make the golems. Wow. And the fact that now, when we jump in the game, we have to now forever go, oh, we've got to open up our journey step. Confirm we wish to do this journey step. I've been playing it for, say, 4 years. So I know how to dig up a rock. But I have to dig up a rock so that the game knows I know how to dig up a rock. I have to cut down a tree so the game knows I know how to cut down a tree. I have to walk forward, I have to walk backwards, I have to walk left, I have to walk right, look up, look down, look left, right, even though I already know how to do it. I have to do it again, just so that the game knows I know how to do it, just so I can progress. And in this stream, the only one you can skip is the first one. I don't do the journey one that's in it, like the one that's already in the game. I don't do this journey steps. You know, you're gonna force me to do the ones, and I don't want to fucking do them. I want to play my damn game without black textures, without the enemies being invisible, with everything loading on time, without rubber banding. And I can guarantee you right now, Chapter 3 is not going to fix it. They are not going to fix any of these bugs in Chapter 3. Instead, you can make a golem, which I don't think anyone asked for. And you're going to be forced to do journey steps, which nobody wants, except for the sadistic people. And what was the other thing they added? What was the other thing they added? Oh yeah, nothing. They have not changed the prices to make them more affordable. They have not made the game less grindy. They've made it more grindy. They haven't made it more fun. They made it less fun. Instead of giving us customizable thralls, or thralls that can harvest, or better admin tools, or gates that can be placed correctly, or sloped walls that can be placed correctly, or a non-buggy build system that doesn't delete shit when you're trying to place shit. All these sort of things that need fixing. Instead of doing any of that, they're updating a journey system. So, because again, they haven't given, they've chosen not to put the betas, the tests, or whatever onto the consoles as well, by choice, not because they can't, but because they don't want to. I can't test it to let you know. You have to go to a PC user, which is more than likely running nice hardware. They can run the game. They'll run it. They'll put it in their offline game because there'll be no. They won't go to a server and all that. They'll run it in offline mode, and they can test all the PC problems, which are probably maybe it doesn't run at 120 frames per second. But when consoles that need the fixes, but we don't care that it runs at 30 frames a second. We're happy if it runs at 60 frames a second. But when we can't see our enemies, the textures look like it's oil, shiny oil, stuff doesn't load, building is frustrating, and the pricing is way out of whack, and the grindiness is disgusting. Instead of fixing any of that, they're going to go, let's make it grindier by forcing you to do journey steps that no one does anyway because no one cares. And nothing else. Oh, we'll literally make golems. I've seen quite a few people that are semi-excited about the golems because I'm willing to bet my left nut that they're expecting to be able to build this golem that's going to be super tanky, does all this awesome stuff, it's going to last forever, and it's not. It's going to be the Witch Queen that doesn't regen health and can go harvest stuff for you. Let me have the Witch Queen go and harvest stuff for me. She can regen her health. I can equip her with whatever armor I want. Let us walk up to the orb table and alter our looks or any thralls that are following us. And while I'm on the thing, bugger, I don't think I've got one. Oh, hang on, there's one over here, isn't there? In here. The mirror, the box, all this stuff that's in this. Have that mirror operate as an orb table. Have that box operate as a storage box. On the illusionist painting, have it do something. I don't care what. The book, maybe you can store some sorcerer's pages in it. That's the shit we want. So when we buy something from the store that is overpriced, instead of being a $10 book that does nothing, it's a $10 book that holds pages. That's a little bit better. Or you can go a $5 book that holds pages. Even better again. Don't fix the not broken journey system. Give us the stuff we need and want. Not the crap you feel like doing instead of... No, the textures are already black again. There they are, they've just popped in. All I done was walked into there, opened up a menu, closed a menu, turned around, and they were black. That's what needs to be done. Not a new journey system. So, yeah, I'm going to call it. There's my prediction. Write it down. I can almost give you 100% guarantee what I'm going to say right now is exactly what's going to happen. Yep, I'll keep going with that one. In 12 days, an update will drop. It will break the game a good, we'll say 25%. But you better make a golem. You better go to Mechcamosis' tower and lag. you can then also still see black textures, still have rubber banding and loading issues, still have invisible enemies and invisible stuff. That stuff will all still be there. It will not be fixed. But the new features will be 25% broken. But they can go, oh, but you can do your journey. You can do your journey steps by force, not optionally, by force. Not, would you like to do the journey system? Yes, to actually do it. No, to opt out. None of that. It's, you have to do the journey system. Even though you've been playing the game for years and you know how to do all this stuff, we're going to make you redo it just because we want to make the game more boring, more grindy. That is what Chapter 3 is going to do. Write it down. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm saying it right now, 12 days before it comes out. And if Funcom sees this, Funcom, this is what needs to be fixed. The textures, the loading, that sort of stuff needs to be fixed. Not a want, needs to be fixed. And if you want to give us stuff that we want, customizable thralls. Let us re-equip armor to our bench thralls so they don't look like povo thralls. All our thralls could have this awesome gear on. Oh, this one's got awesome gear on. Then you come into these ones and they're wearing crap. That's stuff we want. Not golems and a new journey system. Let our thralls do golems work. And let us re-equip armors to our bench thralls. Let us customize our thralls in a way. Even if it's just things like change the haircuts. Or breast size. Because a level 3 archer cannot pull a bowstring back with boobs the size of planets. Oh yeah, all these crazy Americans love the big titty ladies. They go nutty over the fucking big titty ladies, but I'm sorry. Realistically, there's all the black textures. Realistically, a large-breasted lady cannot pull the bowstring back far enough past her breasts to shoot an arrow. It's impossible. So I'm out here. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all next time.